live from death's door in beautiful downtown.
60% live. We're coffeeholics.
Yes, we wear masks inside, but people still give us a lot of space.
I did not cough when I went into the coffee.
No, you didn't cough once. But anyway, we're feeling good enough to be out.
By the time we get back, we'll be wanting to lay flat.
Yes.
But I will have to put groceries away.
Okay.
Are you aiming this? Wait a minute. I don't want to be seen that close.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here.
Shoot me through a mattress 10 miles away.
Let's see. Well, here is a Kleenex.
Don't get smart, Mr. DuQuette.
Through that clean. No, I'm not. No getting smart.
I see your face.
Oh, you see my face. Oh.
Not that I don't see that all the time.
I know.
Yes, Ron.
But you look marvelous. Okay. So yeah, start talking while you still look good.
Well, I can still not cough. Today's the first day of the writing of the Book of the Law, which is traditionally Nuit, the goddess's day.
Of day one.
Yeah, the first day. I said the first.
Oh, okay.
And so I just thought I would become a center of pestilence since I'm already coughing. And there's a comment from something.
Did you drop a pencil or something?
Sounded like it, but I don't have one on my body. And just briefly mention two of my favorite words in the first chapter. And Nuit says, certainty in life. There's a whole lot more to that quote. I just want to talk about
certainty, not faith while in life. I believe is the quote.
The word certainty is something that nobody seems to talk about. I think it's kind of important for us to think about. What the heck does certainty mean? It's like, I think it's kind of an above the abyss term for anchored in the truth to start with, certainty. But it means not forgetting your divinity, that you are a direct extension of the source at all times. And if you didn't forget that, why, everything else would just be cake. So anyway, certainty. And then you have trust in yourself and faith in yourself, but you also know that self is really huge because it's connected by the Holy Spirit to the mind of God.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. That's
so certainty in life.
Yeah.
And then I like my joy is to see your joy because it's very motherly. And Nuit is proud of Nuit's the feminine thing, and I think all mothers feel that way. My joy is to see your joy. Now, I just read something in a simple Dalai Lama book, if there is such a thing. There's a Buddhist meditation, something like, because everybody's had bazillion incarnations, to everybody you meet has probably been your loving mother and taken care of you at some time. So treat them that way. That's, yeah. So, that might be difficult for a lot of people. Difficult for me, just because, anyway, it's easier for me to think I'm everybody's mother. Now, I can do that part, but that everybody was my mother. They'll take care of the...
Can I think that The people I don't like now were the mother I didn't like before.
Whatever, dear.
Okay.
If that makes you feel better, I don't.
If
think
Donald
I don't
Trump
think it
was
will,
was my mother, I can believe it.
Okay.
Oh,
So
I
naughty,
no, I
She
love my
lived
mother.
For her 2 sons, that's all
Yeah,
she cared about.
That's right.
Anyway, it was just hard to believe it at the time.
But I
she was
could,
alive.
yes, yeah.
But anyway, so that will also help you with forgiving everyone.
Yeah.
A true sense of forgiveness, because you don't have to go, I'm better than you, so
Yeah.
I don't have to, that you don't go, that's not forgiveness.
Forgiveness isn't a
No.
self-sacrificial act.
No, it's not that kind of looking down on somebody else.
No.
But it might bring about true forgiveness, and then you will become the light of the world. So anyway,
Which is our job.
yeah. So anyway, my joy is to see your joy. It's a motherly thing. And then the last thing, well, I think of Nuit is, well, she's the really, really big. She has, one of my favorite things is swallowed everything whole. We are all sparkling in the body of Nuit.
Yeah, the milk of the stars is in her paps.
All right,
She
but
has great big,
but it's also flowing through our veins.
right,
So
within you, without you.
yeah. So anyway, and because she has swallowed everything whole, eventually, what happens is we realize that we also can swallow everything whole. And at the same time,
Oh, for emphasis.
for emphasis, drum roll, please. She swallows everything whole at the same time that we are swallowing everything.
And isn't that really
And
the
as
essence?
Beatniks used to go, discuss.
Discuss. Okay, everybody, discuss. But isn't that the essence of Eucharist?
Well, I hope so. I don't know. I wasn't. Let's see, terminology.
No, the magical act of eating something being the magical act of eating everything, including yourself and God. He says in his snot-nosed delirium.
Oh, which reminds me, speaking of eating, I
Yeah.
write a grocery list because I really need help. Besides, I get what's on sale also because that means something. Lon decided to be a smart butt and print things on my grocery list as if I could barely read his writing anyway. And here's what he wrote. I've got things like carrots, cukes, potatoes, white onion, green chili, a leek, and a bunch of other stuff. Eggs, we still can buy eggs. Lon wrote, pizza, fish tacos. Now, yesterday we were talking about we die for a Wahoo's fish taco, which is impossible to get, they're the only good, I'm sorry, I don't want somebody else's fish taco. Wahoo's fish taco with their mild pico de gallo and lime squeezed on top and the cabbage and it was perfect. Anyway.
There's surfer tacos.
And there's surfer tacos. And I am a beach bunny at heart. Okay, fish tacos. And he wrote blue cheese dressing because we never buy that. His mother could drink it, so could Lon. See, he's like his mom. He doesn't want to say it. And then he wrote tequila tacos, which are a cornmeal crepe thing that I make, and you put lots of shredded lettuce, and in the old days, shredded cheddar cheese that was yellow and sometimes white mixed together.
Tillamook cheese or
Right.
USDA commodity cheese.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
it's Tillamook cheese.
Okay.
Later. And then onions and tomato and whatever else you wanted. But it didn't require any beans or anything. It just had lettuce and cheese and onions and tomato It was, and it was delicious cornmeal and flour crepe.
Yeah,
With
so-
egg and maybe even a little milk. I can't remember what I used to put in it, but anyway, you make them really thin and then you saute them in butter afterward. They're divine. Okay, and then he wrote fried spinach. Now, fried spinach. He wrote all the really junky things that you're hungry for when you're delirious and you haven't had in 20 years. You make a batter and you dry a bunch of leaf spinach. You wash it and dry it and put it in this batter and make like a pancake out of it and flip it. Anyway,
Oh, so good.
it's to die for. But, you know, it's something we aren't going to have either.
It's so oily, you just want to slip into heaven.
You want a bunch of brown rice to eat it with because...
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, we're not having any of those things.
Oh. Okay.
I could do the Tacoma taco thing, but without the cheese, so I don't know how good that's going to be.
Nah, I can't taste anything at the moment anyway, so.
I can taste a little.
Okay.
We are hungry. I'm hungry.
Oh, yeah, we finally started to get hungry again. So, okay, I'm going to turn
You guys
this.
have a good week, and thank you for listening to us. And this is a holy week for Thelemites.
That's right. I'm going to talk a little bit about it.
Every week is. So.
That's
every
right.
week's holy week.
A feast every day in your hearts. And
That's right. And the joy of my rapture.
okay. All right. All right, I'm turning it around. There I am. See, I look okay.
Stop it.
I got a cramp in my hand for holding,
I'm not moving.
from not moving.
Body ever.
Ah, there, everything looks okay now, doesn't it? There, this is the top of my car. Let's see. I don't know how this got turned around, but I guess it did. Let's see.
I'm going to unroll my window a little bit so you can breathe.
Oh, thank
I
you.
have a feeling your brain needs something like oxygen.
There we go. Oh, maybe that's a little high. Excuse me. Is anybody still there? Let's see here. Can't do this while my hand is being paralyzed for some reason. Hope I'm not having a stroke. Okay. Today is the feast of the first day of the writing of the book of the law, and that is the chapter on new wheat. Okay, and April 8th is new wheat. April 9th is Hadit, the second chapter, and 8, 9, and 10. The 10th one is let's see, Horus. Okay. And I brought a book of the law with me. Everybody is reading a first chapter. I put a video of me reading the first chapter shortly after midnight last night on Facebook, and you can find it on YouTube. Just go Lon DuQuette, first chapter, you'll find it. And it's kind of neat because the director, the producer of the video was kind enough to actually, as I say it, put a caption of of the text. And then this morning I posted a version of Constance doing it. And we just sort of filmed it in our bedroom. I just put the camera on the stele of revealing and a candle. And then Constance, with her sonorous voice, reads it in the background and just lets you watch the candle flicker in front of the stele. So that's up there, and everybody and their uncle is doing that today, so you don't need to have me do it. I'm getting ready to sneeze here, okay? Excuse me while I... Oh, I know, that must have sounded terrible. But Constance mentioned my joy is to see your joy. And yesterday, she saw my joy when I got my author's kind of first copy, okay, of The Tarot Architect. Now, the reason I always plug the hell out of my books, okay, but this one is something special. It's over 330 some pages, and it's different. And there's few books that I would consider landmarks of my great work and my magnum opus, if you will. The Understanding Aleister Crowley's Thoth Tarot is one of those books. My Magic of Aleister Crowley is another one of those books. The Chicken Kabbalah and the Son of Chicken Kabbalah are two more of those books that hold a special place in the books I'm particularly proud of, and so is this one. It is, there's just so many features in this, and meditations and exercises that get you in intimate touch with the tarot, and also enables you. See this full page? There's 78 full color or uncolored versions of Tarot Ceremonial Magic, just the bare bones. So part of the process is to encourage you to create in a very systematic way your own tarot deck. And when I say a systematic way, I mean a way in which it installs the structure, the architecture of the tarot inside you. So I'm very, 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 very proud of this book. And my good friend Rebecca Johnston took my original line drawings and got them all cleaned up and tightened up in this beautiful, beautiful format, so that you can use them as the beginning, as the foundation of your own version, your own customization of this, okay? And it is from the Tarot of Ceremonial Magic. Hopefully you've got a deck of Tarot of Ceremonial Magic cards, and you can check even though I got detailed coloring instructions and suggestions for other things that you might consider adding to each of the cards to make them uniquely your own. But hopefully you would also want to eventually get a deck of Tarot of Ceremonial Magic. It's funny. I had a concept of this this book in mind. Well, probably 3 years ago now, because that's usually the lead time. And not only that, I am lucky enough to have a relationship with my friends, my family at Wiser Books, Red Wheel Wiser now it's called. where can feel free to at least discuss a concept of a new book that I've got in mind. And I wrote Mike Conlon at first, who's been my wiser contact for 30 years now, 35 years. And I said, this is what I want to do. And he said, that sounded like a really, really good idea. And so I, sharpened my pencil and figured about how long it was going to take me to do it. And when I would have this and that finished. And if I thought they were going to publish it, I'd go ahead and start the project. Well, obviously we did. And then I was faced with the most terrible moment of any writer's life, I guess. I sat down with my computer on my lap on the coziest chair that I have in my living room, with the temperature set just right in the room, with the lighting just right in the room, with nothing ahead of me to do except start this book. And what do you do? Where do you start a book that if all goes well, will be your, at least one of your magnum opus, if that's the plural. And when I started, I guess my Enochian vision magic, I was faced with the same challenge. And then I remembered what Vyasa told Ganesha. Vyasa wanted to write the Mahabharata, but he didn't know where to start. And Ganesha was going to be his scribe, and he had his pen in his hand, and he thought, well, I don't know where to start. Something mysterious about a beginning. My mind is empty. My tongue is tied. And Ganesha says, well, since the book's about yourself, and ultimately all my books are about myself, he says, why not start with yourself? He says, very good idea. So I start with myself, and so I give myself a little biography in that book, and that gets me going. Well, I was stuck with the same quandary when I started the Tarot Architect. And here's just the opening line, and I'm going to read at the very, very, very beginning. I started with, let's see here, hang on, if you don't mind. Hang on. As a bored, have you ever tried to build a house of cards? As a bored youngster growing up in small-town Nebraska, I spent many a sweltering summer's day attempting to assuage my ennui with a deck of playing cards. Constructing a house of cards on the living room carpet promised to be less challenging to my indolent brain than playing solitaire, and less physically demanding then repeatedly rolling off the couch to scoop up the cards I'd failed to fling into a hat. Erecting a house of cards requires a cool head, a keen eye, a steady hand, and of course far too much time on one's hands. Okay, and I go on to, that's how I started, with that memory. And that was almost 3 years ago. And that got me into the whole thing. Now, when the book was finished, and we were getting things together, and publisher asked if I had anybody in particular, any tarot star, somebody who I admired, that I would like to have write the introduction to it. I immediately said Mary Greer. I want Mary Greer. Not only are we friends and have been for many years, but as far as matters tarot are concerned, she's where the buck stops. And I would absolutely hope that she'd like the book and everything else. And if she did, I would be honored beyond belief if she would pen the foreword to it. And she writes a beautiful, beautiful foreword. You see her name at the very top of the book here. And that trick that I used to get me to start writing the book, I had to laugh because her opening lines of her foreword is, I had to laugh when I read about Lon building houses of cards when he was young, because I live in a house of cards. Every room of my house has bookshelves and tables stacked with card decks, especially tarot cards, and books and oodles of books on tarot. And that's how she begins. Okay, if anyone is still out there, I'm going to end today's parking lot talk by reading just the opening lines of the epilogue. Oh, and it's got beautiful, cool things here. As above, so below, in earth as it is in heaven. The path once laid, the journey is inevitable. In the prologue to this little book, I began with a simple question. Have you ever tried to build a house of cards? I went on to share a silly boyhood memory that was intended not so much as a device to edify you, but as a literary trick to draw me through the fourth wall membrane of writer's block and into the captive audience venue of shared consciousness with you. And that's what I've hoped that I have done with the Tarot Architect. You don't have to be a tarot expert to appreciate this book, at least not in my opinion. But by your time you're through with it, in a way, you will be intimately acquainted with, united with, inspired by the tarot. It will lubricate your soul. And I'll be happy that I was drawn through the fourth wall membrane of writer's block into the captive audience venue of shared consciousness with you. Anyway, The book is definitely for sale and in pre-sale. The official date of release is May 5th, but as many of you know, that date will probably, for people with pre-orders, the book will probably be generally available considerably before that date. Anyway, and, you know, if once you get the book, you don't feel like reading it, don't worry. You've done enough just buying it. Until tomorrow, hopefully, if we survive this day, continue to be good to yourself, be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.